Hello everybody, here we are back again with finally new news of Titan Quest 2 for Titan Quest 2 about Titan Quest Forever Titan Quest at Titan Quest 2. So let's see what we have here. This by the way came out yesterday, May 8th, Thursday. Yeah, yesterday. So Titan Quest 2 playtest, your feedback and our next steps. First of all, we want to give you an update about the release situation. We have previously announced that we will release Titan Quest 2 as an early access product in winter 24-25, and we believe our product is in a great state for that. However, we are closely monitoring the market and realized that there was a lot of noise with regards to action RPG in our targeted release window. We therefore decided to move the start of the early access to summer. We hope to be able to announce a fixed date very soon. Okay, so this is the reason why Titan Quest 2 is not out yet. As we continue our journey toward the Titan Quest 2 early access launch, we want to share our thoughts on the recent demo playtest. We had a nice demo playtest. It would be nice to have one more demo playtest. First and foremost, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude for the overwhelming response. A very large number of you filled out our survey and gave us valuable feedback. Seeing you play, stream and discuss the game was incredibly motivating and showed us that we are on the right track in many regards. What was in the playtest? For those who didn't participate, bad luck. The playtest contained the intro chapter of the game. It introduced you to the world and setting, let you choose your two masteries, and ultimately pitted you against the first large boss, Apollonia the Terrible. Yeah, this boss was very nice. Also, the voice actor performed very well. I like very much how the boss doesn't say many things, but the voice acting is very good. Survey results tell us her gameplay actually wasn't terrible at all. Almost all of you really enjoyed that fight. Pew! 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 You know, in Titan Quest 1 we have some laser beam shooting dinosaurs, which we can kill, but it is an Easter egg dungeon. It is in the secret passage of Ragnarok Act, as far as I recall. The most dedicated amongst you even grinded it out against the low-level enemies to test the abilities tucked away later in the mastery tree, which was cool to see. Yeah, okay, this is from the boss fight. This boss is nice. The boss fight is nice. Overall experience. The vast majority of survey results showed that you really enjoyed your time with the Titan Quest 2 playtest. 92% of you described your experience as being in the positive to a very positive range. 92%. Yeah, okay, the game is good. Okay, I know that some people would say I'm biased because I'm a Titan Quest addict, whatever. But this is exactly why I am not biased, because I'm a Titan Quest 1 addict. Not really addict, but I am Titan Quest 1. So, since I'm Titan Quest 1 and I want the sequel to be at least equally good, I'm very strict about how Titan Quest 2 looks and how it plays and everything related to the second game. If I'm saying that 92% here of people described the experience as being in the positive to a very positive range is a good thing, I'm saying this not based on my bias for Titan Quest 1, but based on the actual reality and how truly good I want the second game to be. And I think that this number here is actually a real number, really representative of the good state of the game. The game, of course, is just an early access. It is not a complete product, so it will have problems, bugs, performance issues. It needs more content because it is early access. But these things are to be fixed in the future. The core game, though, the core gameplay of the game and the core mechanics, the basis is awesome. This game has lots of potential. According to our survey, over 66% of you recently played Titan Quest or would consider yourselves Titan Quest experts. I wouldn't consider myself a Titan Quest expert, honestly. If those amongst you like the game, it means we managed to capture the Titan Quest spirit quite well. Quite well, yes. Perfectly, no. But it doesn't need to capture it perfectly. If the sequel can capture the Titan Quest spirit at an amount of, let's say, 70%, perfect. And I think that it has captured, maybe it is about 75%. So it is perfectly fine when it comes to the atmosphere and the spirit of the first game. Yeah, those of you who have never played it, this shows we're on the right track in keeping the old spirit alive while creating a modernized game. Atmosphere and presentation. An overwhelming number of you loved the visuals and audio of Titan Quest 2, with visuals scoring a whopping 5.25 of 6. Very nice. And audio an impressive 5.16 of 6. Very nice. Almost perfect. The team is pouring a lot of love into making the world of Titan Quest 2 as vibrant and beautiful as possible. Many of you appreciate the more positive and bright feel of the world, which sets Titan Quest apart from any other settings in the genre, of course. And this is one of the reasons why Titan Quest is the best. Mastery set combat. Despite some criticisms, more on that later, the core gameplay and mastery system were widely described as fun and engaging. We know the playtest only allowed you to play a small part of... look. The playtest was only the prologue, and the prologue was too little. As demo playtesters, all the people who tried the playtest demo, I guess we all would like to have a bit more to play, to try anyway. We can't wait for you to get your hands on more content and masteries during early access. We were pleased to see that combat played out close to what we imagined. More active and requiring you to work around certain abilities from the more powerful enemies in the pack. When we asked about difficulty, with 1 being super easy and 6 being super hard, the average score was 3.63. This is a medium difficulty. This is a good place to be, challenging but not unfair. We want to strike a balance between engaging combat and an experience relaxing enough to enjoy after a long day. Yeah, and actually I prefer it this way over having games, let's say, Souls-like type of difficulty. Not games, difficulty. I like Souls-like type games difficulty. Actually, on my top 10 favorite video games ever, at least 2 or 3 are in that list of mine. Darksiders 3, Remnant 2 from the Ashes, and Lords of the Fallen, the first game. Not the second. I haven't played the second one. But these 3 games are 3 of my top 10 favorite games ever, and it is Souls-like games. But when it comes to action RPGs, I want my action RPG to feel like action RPG. I want it to be challenging, but not Souls-like challenging, type of challenging. Because those games are very nice, but they are not really, especially if you got to play a game and complete the game and then play other games, and you don't have so much free time in your life, playing Souls-like games is not the best thing you can do. Exploration and quests. The hidden areas, environmental storytelling and narrative events were mentioned as elements that made the world feel alive and rewarding to explore. This playtest only contained the smaller, more linear intro chapter, so expect much more openness and handcrafted quests, encounters and events in the future. Is the future bright? Areas for improvement. Combat feel. Some of you described combat as a bit sluggish or slow. Our goal is to make combat more tactical and meaningful, but it should never feel sluggish. We're looking into improvements for this aspect. Aiming. Some mentioned difficulty aiming abilities, especially with bows. We've already made improvements to this system, but we'll keep an eye on it. Balance. This is an ongoing process. Yeah, okay. I mean, we have many games that have already been completed and released for years now. They are still trying to balance the games. It is not very easy to balance this type of game, action RPG, when you have so many different classes, so many different skills, so many different items. It is not easy to balance it. So I understand where the problem is here. Some abilities might feel too strong, others not impactful enough or too expensive. Your feedback is invaluable as we continue tweaking these values. Performance. While most felt performance was in a decent state, some experienced issues. We're constantly monitoring improving this. Some of the improvements to performance might happen when we close in our 1.0 launch. It's just much better to optimize when you have all the pieces in front of you without new ones getting added. Yeah, okay, this makes sense actually. Improvements already in progress. So, keyboard control type. We're adding a first launch option to select your preferred control scheme with automatic binding adjustments, either using the mouse to move or the WASD keys. This also adjusts some settings like what direction you dodge in to better fit WASD if you choose that. Okay, that is very good. We get options. You can decide how you want to play. With a controller, with keyboard, mouse, whatever, WASD. Left click attack. This one's for the Titan Quest old school fans. You'll be able to choose between the classic scheme movement attack on left mouse or the new scheme movement left attack right at startup and don't have to go to the controls to manually adjust it. Unsped points. We're adding visual effects to make unsped points more noticeable in the mastery screen. Very good idea. Looking forward. This guy is looking forward. Your detailed feedback is incredibly helpful as we refine Titan Quest 2. We are now preparing for early access while addressing your concerns. Some improvements will take longer than others, but we're committed to creating a worthy successor that honors the original Titan Quest legacy while bringing in fresh ideas as well. I would like some ideas to be totally fresh and not just copy-paste from other games, though. That is not a bad thing to have some ideas coming from other games, but it would be nice to have something truly original. One final little data point. According to the survey, the overwhelming majority of you would recommend the game to friends already, which tells us we have a strong foundation. Thank you again for your support and honest feedback. See you play, talk about the game has motivated us even more to deliver the best possible experience. The Titan Quest 2 team, more ways to connect, Discord. Yeah. You can join the Discord server of Titan Quest, guys. If you want, you click here and if you have a Discord account. So, we like this one, so we click the red down. Okay, finally we got some news. Although it is not really news, but anyways, it is news in a way, but it is more like something, it is like a feedback to the feedback that players of the playtest demo gave to the developers. Now the developers are giving feedback to that feedback. So it is not news, but there are some news anyways. So this is it for this video. I don't know if you have anything to say, leave a comment below. Click the dislike button if you like this video. And I will see you soon again with more content.